wherever this ends up going, whatever vlog this turns out to be, I guess wherever it goes. But I felt like I needed to for sure share like my current mental state. It's a little bit nerve-wracking. There's just a little bit of a lot of things that are going on, and though I trust that I will be okay and that things are gonna work out, it's the process. And by all means, if you want to say I'm complaining about it or whatever, fine. But I mean, I'm gonna make sure y'all know that the process was just where I thought I'd be or wanted, I guess. So I guess vent with me. Sit down, and that's what this vlog is gonna start out being, wherever it ends. But there's been a couple of things on my mind and felt like they've piled. I thankfully already got a part-time, and it's just proof that God is always there, you know. He aligned me with something that is flexible enough for me, with the option to do more hours, but that's the part that I'm still figuring out because but it is a part-time, you know, a couple of hours a day, not too many, and a part-time. But it's something, you know, it's something. I'm very grateful for that. I'm hoping I can figure it out so I can get more hours, because just today my mom was came in here and she's like, yeah, you just need to do that or whatever you're doing and then still get something else. That would be ideal. But I'm just like, Mom, like, who's like, is my baby's daddy gonna, you know, stop working his full time so I can work full time and he can take care of our daughter? Like, make it make sense, you know? And I mentioned to her, I was like, I mean, this part-time has been flexible enough, but, you know, not, I guess I just started, so it's unfolding a little, trying to see how much flexibility in terms of my daughter, but, because if there is, then, you know, maybe I could possibly do even 2 shifts per day, and each shift is, you know, about 3 hours, so get a little time block of, you know, free, and then do another shift later, you know, so I still get that in between so I can attend to my child. I'm hoping that can work out, because like the other thing that I've been thinking about, like, it's the me not wanting to work, like, that's not missing. What's missing is the trust in somebody else taking care of my child. Like, I don't have that. I have very much trust issues. So the only one that I do, she happens to work full time, and, you know, the little bit of times here that I've told her to take care of my child, she winds up, you know, having free or like wanting to go eat, and she can't because and I get it. She works, you know, she works every single day. Like, you know, she has a full-time job, and the only day she gets to, you know, have some free time, you know, on the weekend, she'll take advantage, you know, and I get it. It makes sense. But it's me trying to figure out a solution, you know, and sometimes even she can't take care of the part-time that I'm working right now, you know. So what makes me think she's gonna be able to if I get me a full time. Like it just like it's her, my daughter. So it's not an obstacle. It's me trying to find different ways. Since I got here, I wanted to find something flexible. It took me quite some time, but at the end of the day, finally, God was able to bless me with this part-time that still allows me to be here in the house while my child is in the living room watching TV. She still looks for me and she tries to make appearances here, and that's the thing that I'm working with, because I don't know about the background noise. So there's that I'm still like, I don't know if we can or not, but and if it can't, then I'm only stuck here with part-time. But if it's not too big of an issue, then we can move to a second shift. Hopefully, I don't know, I'm still working on it. But the other thing is this whole living situation. I'm very grateful, but these are apartments that already penalized the lease here, the lease person, for 2 unauthorized dogs. So that's weighing on me, because I know mine tends to make so much noise and he just barks at everything and anything, and it's quite annoying a little bit. But I mean, he's a dog, so there's that. I just started, so until I get paid, I'll be able to give that back for the penalty charge. And I don't know, I feel like I'm going through it. I feel like things are piling up. My dog has to better explain it for you to visually understand, it's kind of like a pimple in his butt and it needs to rupture. I took him to go get checked. That another unexpected expense, while I'm waiting to get paid. But the meds, that's the least that I got, but to do all of that, the bill was gonna be like $520. Yeah, and I care about him. Like, it's not that I don't care, it's just obviously it's always the financial department that keeps us from doing the things that we need to take care of. And yeah, so there's that. I'll probably keep venting when we come back from eating, because they're back and we gotta go. So yeah, but I feel a little bit much better, because I'm trusting the divine, whatever that looks like. I'm not trying to figure out how it's gonna happen. I just know it is. But now I feel like I'm in the state where I can like vent about it, I guess. But yeah, I had a little moment with my girl. These little moments that you guys aren't able to see, but I felt it. And I needed to shave him, so I shaved him, but I was carrying so much. And I had a moment while I was shaving him that he wasn't letting me in, because I know I was carrying things. My reaction was like, oh, and I caught it. Like, I didn't beat him up, but I smacked him a couple times, and I was just like, stay still, fuck. And that moment of me feeling that way, like way too overstimulated, I was shaving him, trying to get him to let me shave him, carrying everything I was carrying mentally, and then my daughter physically, like glued to me and like not letting me like shave or whatever. It was just, if you guys have seen Shrek, for different reasons, but like so you guys can visually see the moment when he has his 3 babies and celebrating the babies, and the little boy is like, do the roar, do the roar, do the roar. That moment, I felt like I had a similar, moment like that when Shrek exploded, and I had a similar moment like that. So that's the best way I can visually like share with you guys what happened to me in that moment. And I felt bad. I did. My little girl was just like, oh, what's going on? But yeah. I tried breathing and calming down so she wouldn't think that it's because of her. And I tried to like regulate myself in that moment. So the next time she was trying to like be curious and try to shave him with me, I was just like, oh yeah, engaging with her and let's shave him together, but or be careful because then you can cut him. But keeping my composure. Obviously, shaving him requires me to shower. She was with me literally, so like stuck like glue. So we both showered, and it was really late at night. By the time we got out, we sat here in the couch, and by then my emotions were a little, like bursting, I guess. And I got emotional while I was trying to change her and put her clothes on. That I grabbed her and I told her, look at me. She looked at me like a toddler, being curious and wondering, but I was like, look at me. Gonna be okay. And I had that moment where I felt like I was using her physical body, but I was talking to my inner child. And I cried. I burst into tears. And then my daughter was like, Mami, está triste. And I was like, yeah, Mommy's feeling sad, but it's gonna be okay. And it's okay to cry. And I asked her, can you give me a hug? And she gave me a hug. And that made me burst even more. So her hearing my crying was like, wait a minute, are you okay? Kind of, reaction. And I was like, thank you. That made me feel better. But I was like, yeah, Mommy's sad right now, but it's okay. It's gonna be okay. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to be angry. Just gotta let it out, and just breathe. And then I asked her, can you count to 20 with me? And yeah, but I had that moment with her, and wow, that was really something. But I'll keep venting to you guys. If I even remember. I'm glad I vented something, but we really do gotta go because I need to wake up my child and go have dinner. So that's, I guess, it for now.
¿Qué pasó allí?
¿Qué pasó las palomitas? ¿Qué pasó las palomitas? Vámonos a la playa lana.
Ay, ay, ay. ¿Qué pasó ahí?
A la playa de lana. La playa de lana.
Alright guys, maybe with the lights off it doesn't look that bad. I mean the kitchen the kitchen is dirty, but well, we're gonna continue ranting of life lately. I mean these days, I guess, these past few days, I know I have been slacking on creating videos. I fell off again from working out. So there's that. Nothing I'm proud of, honestly, but it's reality. reality has struck again, and it's just an imbalance when there's something like I don't think I ever mentioned it to you guys when I was venting the other day, but yeah, my dog is reacting to my mom's dog, which is a female, being in heat, and he's never reacted that way. So I did have to search it up. Like, is this normal? Is there something else going on that I don't know? But it turns out that not every heat cycle will give them the same reaction, which is why I've never seen him react like this. But it's normal, I guess, for him to be so obsessive, breathing down her neck. She moves, he moves. He's right on her ass. And when I separate them, because she's snapping at him, like, leave me alone, like, fuck, you're not even chasing me. And I'm just like, fuck, leave me alone. So I get why she feels like snapping. Her name is Bonbon. But yeah, that's what it's been like. Last week until we, worked on separating them, because that was supposed to be, the better idea to separate them. And that caused for him to be whining, crying. Very stressful, honestly, living in apartments and already getting a notice that, getting a penalty for having two unauthorized dogs. And then on top of that, like literally like 2 days after, his reactions are like that. I'm just like, fuck, like, shit. What do I do? How do I help him? How do I shut him up? So that's what it felt like, and it was very stressful because it's for me it was like time is ticking, and I'm also like home hunting. We're home hunting, and it's hasn't been the best time. I get I already went through that looking for a home when I had Alana. That was an apartment though, and it was hard. It was a different state. I'm in another state, and we don't want an apartment. We want a house, like, being able to rent a house. And nowadays it looks like they're making it impossible for us to rent, requiring all these little things. And that's a headache. So, yeah, just having that, and then not knowing what to do with him. So my mom thought the best idea was to send Bonbon to get a caregiver out of the house to take care of her. We were either going to send her with back to Cali for just a little bit in the meantime while her heat period lasts. But thankfully my aunt was like, it's okay, you could just keep her here while you guys find a home, which but it makes me feel bad because this is her home, This is, sorry, I'm like shitting everywhere, honestly, and I have like fucking like hairs literally when I go to the bathroom and pull these down, and then hairs, I'm just like pulling them out. Anyways, not the point, but yeah, this is her home, so I do feel bad. Obviously that did help because he has nobody to smell, to go after, to sniff, and yeah, but it still weighs on me because we're the guests here, and having to send somebody that actually lives here out of the house, like, I feel bad, that's what life has been lately. And I feel like this is a great example of when, it's not always when things like this happens, but something similar that results in me feeling like I'm just like stuck, that I haven't been on top of my skincare game lately. I fell off my workouts, which is something I really wanted to do. I stopped tracking my water intake. I'm barely getting back into that, at least that. I was wearing the fucking same clothes for fucking 2 days straight because they're PJs, and they turn to PJs, and then the next day, and I'm just here, and yeah. We're gonna do a little speed round just so I can get this taken care of too. Let there be light. But yeah, so I forgot what I was talking about at this point, but I needed to hurry up and clean something because this kitchen is dirty. But there's just so much to talk about. The thing I did want to like mention, just because obviously what's happening, like the whole, like this whole throwing me off balance, because obviously like we need to, like my brain can't seem to focus on like too many things, like, you know, working out, get your water intake, what else, do these videos, look for homes, and I can't do all of that. So when there's like a major priority, like leaving and finding a new home, like I feel like the rest just falls off naturally in my experience, like, because at that point it's not more so in a priority, it's what's. ¿Estás bien? Sí. A ver. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Dónde? A ver. ¿Dónde? No, ¿Qué pasó? ¿Dónde? ¿Dónde? Oh, chita, ahorita no. Vamos a aprender el abecedario. Mami va a hacer sopita. ¿Ok? Ay, coramares. Y coramares. Y coramares. ¿Vamos a seguir aprendiendo o quieres aprender los planetas? ¿Vamos? Okay. Okay. Yeah, everything just falls off, and I just, you know, if something is disturbing, or like living situation especially, yeah. That's why I have been not doing content as much as I should. I think I'm like barely trying to reach it because I'm serious about it, but it's just I feel like I'm always finding myself like stuck again. Like when I feel great, when I feel like good, like I have a plan, I have a path. Like that's how I was feeling a few weeks ago, and I'm just like, great, let's do this. Gets disturbed. I feel like where, like, you know, it almost feels like I'm back at square one almost. And then well, these past couple of days I've been low-key binging on short reels, because I saw a teaser on I accidentally sexted my enemy. I don't know if it was on like Facebook or Instagram, I don't know, but it was like an ad, and it low-key got me hooked because they're like reels, but it's kind of like a little mini series. I don't know how you want to call it, but I was hooked on that, and I was like, I want to know more. Like, this is you know. And then I started watching them. The main character that comes out, the guy, he's something. It's like, let me find one of him. I'm just kidding. But anyways, that's not the point. The point is that I was, you know, I mean, a little bit because of him, I was binging more other ones that he comes out in, and I saw quite a few. Vicious, Taming Your Enemy, or something like that. I boy, mommy, and that made me realize, like, it's not just because he's so good looking and whatnot, you know, I'm over here like, you know, it really reminded me of the times I wanted to like really pursue modeling and acting, and I'm like, you know, if like it's almost like there's no excuse really. Like there's movies, of course, like the big stuff, the bigger things, like coming out in a whole, you know, TV series is even like a huge thing, but like reels, like a little mini series of reels, like that's a thing that you could be casted for. And I'm just like, it really brought me back to that. And I'm just like, damn, the time that I really wanted to do that, you know? And like, I feel like motherhood, that's one thing motherhood like lost. I mean, somewhat lost in me, because obviously it's like, you know, your body changes too. And you're just like, you know, the little ideas that you get in your head that you won't be casted because you have a mommy pouch. And I'm just like, I mean, you don't have the body for it or whatever. And I mean, at that time I was, you know, I only got to do like being an extra for projects, but the idea of me wanting to pursue that, like it reminded me of that I still do. And I don't know. And then that makes me think of, but yeah, it made me realize I still do. So that kind of like made me realize like, where does this fall under? And I'm thinking maybe it's my delusional self thinking that I can act. The other thing is like, that's on my list of stupid things, wanting to do that, still pursue that. It's just like the actual fact that there's a lot of things I'd like to do. It's just like the lack, not, well, I mean, structure too, but niche. That's something I realized that it's a problem for me. Being interested in so many things. Oh my gosh, but something that I'm really passionate about has got to be like psychology in a way, one's own experiences, and you know, the whole vlogging thing. But the other passion that still stands, that it never went away, was wanting to act. But it's just like the next thing you naturally ask yourself, well, how bad do you want it? Like create a profile, start, you know, taking pictures. And I feel like that's something that motherhood, I don't want to say loser took away, because it's not taking anything away. Like I don't regret being a mom. No. But lost out of sight, because honestly, like you can see if you're following me on social media, all the posts I would put of like photography, photo shoots, and being creative, even in my own studio, creating a background and posing and doing all of this stuff, and just like doing that. And then motherhood came along, and it's not that it took it away, but I feel weird posing now. Like I want to get that back, you know? Like I know I used to take a lot of pictures, and it was like an everyday, it was almost like a habit of taking pictures all the time. And now it feels so unnatural. Like I wanted to look cute and then just pause and take a couple pictures that I never even posted. But it's just like, I mean, I'm going to eventually when I get to that, but like I felt awkward. Like what do I do? How do I pose? I feel like I look dumb. It's just, I don't know, like it's just so unnatural that since I've been back and trying to like feel like I'm back in my, you know, stepping back into my power and whatnot, and this being like a part of it, because when I feel confident, I like want to take pictures, and being able to post that. But it's almost like she's still there, you know, she's still there. But now it's just like, how do I even do this? How do I even do that? It's like, it does feel almost unnatural, like, you know, like when you just throw someone in the middle of the crowd and put them in a spotlight, and it's just like, oh my God, like, you know, it's, I don't know, it's something that I've been, that's been crossing my mind, and binging these little reel shorts, which, by the way, crazy to say that, it was on discount because, you know, first time, um, but it's like having a subscription, you know, you gotta pay for it. I can't believe I actually did that. I might have to, you know, get off of it, because at this point it is a luxury, and if we're being for real, like, you know, there's so much that I could possibly be doing to, you know, get out there, like still creating more KDP covers, which I haven't felt like the creativity. Now it's just like, I mean, I have ideas, summer weed ideas, you know what I'm saying? But the push isn't there. Not the push, but then I'm also thinking, like, what do I need? Okay, right now I need to look for housing. So there's that time there, because it's so time consuming. There's that, and I know I want to do that too, get creative and just do that and whatnot, which, by the way, some people have been purchasing my cover journal, so thank you. It means a lot. Thank you. Something that I once created, it means a lot, but I just wish there was more consistency with all of this. But also, realistically speaking, I gotta choose. I have to choose, because they're like, doing it all is just very unrealistic, especially now that I want to homeschool Alana. It's not for real. So I guess in my head I'm just like, okay, well, it's not that I'm choosing this or that. It's just gonna sit in the back of my my list of stupid things to do, to get, to be, whatever. It'll sit there until I'm able to, you know, get to it and then check it off. But one thing at a time, so I'm not overwhelming. So it's not that you know, I forgot about it, or it's lost, or like, oh gosh, I can't be that. I don't believe that. It's more so like one thing at a time, because there's a lot I like to do, but it's just also my lack of, I guess, structure too at this point. That has to do, because on my day-to-day, I just let things like needing to find housing kind of get in the way of, like, falling off on my skincare, falling off on my working out. And not that I even work out every day. It's just like, you know, at least 3 to 5 times a week. And I fall off of that, you know? Just little things. And the main character that comes out, the guy that comes out in, I accidentally sexted my enemy. They uploaded like a little, you know, hanging out with him kind of thing of how it's been making all these verticals and stuff. And he just, I don't know, between the things that he said there was kind of like putting me to think, just choose, you know? If we're being for real, like, hypothetically speaking, if I chose, you know, to pursue acting, and really like giving it a shot with, you know, something that would make me feel more like achievable, to get casted in these little mini series things, gotta make a profile, probably gotta subscribe to Backstage, get photo shoots going. I still don't feel confident in my body, so there's that. That might mentally, you know, or get in the way. What else? Wanting to be consistent with meeting like goals for KDP covers and being able to keep the ball rolling there. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm a little messy in my head. All the things that I want to do, or like feeling that, you know, do I grieve, or do I just like really tell myself that I'm really going to get to that one day? Just right now, first things first, I guess, or like one step at a time. Or do I truly believe that I lost that, or let me grieve that? But I think he said something along the lines like having children and telling them, I could have been a great actor. I could have telling your children that you could have been this or that, and you just never got to it. And that planted a seed, I guess, that really made me feel like uncomfortable because there's a lot of things especially that, because I know before I was a mom, I was really into that. And now that I have a child, I don't want to tell her, like, I wanted to be a backup dancer one day and I wanted to be a model one day, or like not heavily on one thing, but being able to do projects here, projects there, projects in these different like areas, not strictly be an actress or strictly be a model and that's it. No, I kind of wanted to do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and be able to like have these little things that made me feel like it's accomplished, because I was able to do that at this time. And then I got an opportunity for acting. I got an opportunity to come out on a magazine cover, or someone booked me to be a backup dancer for God knows who, and you're gonna perform. Like, I don't even know if that's even real. I don't even know if that's real, but it's just something I wanted to pursue before I became a mom. I became a mom, and yeah, I don't know. More yapping. I feel like I need to figure that out. I don't want my little girl to be like, you wanted to, but you didn't. You didn't try hard enough. You didn't just go for it. I don't want to tell that story. But I also know, like, realistically speaking, you can't do all of that at once. Like, it's not something that I regret or that I see as bad, but having been with her dad for 4 years, and him being like the complete opposite, and me realizing that taking it slow matters too, being present matters too, not doing all these bunch of things, and having some privacy also matters too. Like, I want to be a part of that too. Like, I still carry that with me now, but it's just like, how do I find a balance to still be who I was before, and being able to feel the confidence of pursuing something that I really felt passionate about. How do I do that while still maintaining some privacy, still being present, and not feeling like I need to vlog every single moment of my life, which I don't do, but wanting to learn how to do some of it so that I feel like I'm who I used to be, or like make up my mind and either start my portfolio again, choose something. I don't know. There's a lot going in my head, and then it's putting me to like dream in a state where we're house hunting. I just started working, trying to figure it out, and it's crazy because I'm not even situated with like the whole homeschooling thing yet either. And I'm with her 24/7, like I don't know. I just need a structure for sure. And things like needing to find a home has been a very big, huge distraction. So, yeah, there's that. I don't know how to blend everything that I want to be, become, and do. That's where I'm at. We're going to figure it out, though, whatever that ends up looking like. And I know about my housing situation. I know we'll be okay. And I know that house is coming to us. There's that. I think our soup is ready. That's what's been up. More of a mom diary moment. Yeah. I've just been strictly binging, honestly, working and binging. That actor. Good actor. Oh man, the funny thing is that all the little projects he's done, like the majority of them, like have to do with like a school, the popular guy in school, or the wealthiest dude in school, and the hottest girl being a bully, and the girl that he ends up falling for is a nerd or somebody people are bullying and falls in love, and all of that fun stuff. But I like it. It's music to my inner child because she's so romantic. She's so like, I don't know, but yeah, it speaks to her, so she likes watching those. On another side note, espérate porque está caliente. Espérate porque está caliente. These are my daughter's flowers. We go to Costco, and whenever we like check out and she sees that the flowers, if she sees them, she's gonna demand a bouquet of flowers, whichever one she chooses. And she took like half hour to choose these. Huélelos. Fuchsia. Es fuchsia. 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 Es color fuchsia. Mira. Fuchsia. Fi. Con la F. Fuchsia. Fa. Fe. Fi. Fo. Fu. Fuchsia. Fuchsia. No, este es morado. Pero di, fuchsia. ¡Muy bien! Fuchsia. ¡Qué hermosa! Ok, lo vamos a poner aquí. Fuchsia. Muy bien. Fuchsia. No. Fuchsia. A ver, dilo. Dilo. Muy bien, Alana. Una vez más. Fuchsia. Muy bien. Chócala. Good job. Good job. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. ¡Woo!
Vamos allá.
¿Ya te quieres ir allá?
Los amigos.
¿Tus amigos?
Sí.
¿Quiénes son?
Alana, mami y él.
Sí. Más cohetes.
¿Cuánto es? Oh.
Oh. Oh. Un abrazo.
Un abrazo, mami y Alana. El bebé se llama Alana.
Un abrazo. Oh.
Ahora mami y Alana.
Ahora mami y Alana. Ven. Oh. Oh.
amo. Vámonos.
Vamos allá.
Vámonos, pues.